Hey, what up, YouTube? What up, Fight World? It's your boy D Dynamite in the building, man, and I'm here to talk some boxing. So, as you're well aware, man, the title to this video is Gennady Golovkin, Dare to Be Great. So why did I title this video Dare to Be Great? Because that's what I challenge Gennady Golovkin to do. I challenge him to dare to be great. Now, before I go into the nitty-gritty of what this interview is about, people, I just want to address the fact that Gennady Golovkin is definitely a well-respected fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. He's doing his thing at middleweight, and you know he's doing good things at middleweight, and he has the potential to do great things. So with all that bullshit out the way, let me get into the main idea or the main discussion of what the fuck I want to talk about. So people, man, I was trolling the internet. I was trolling YouTube, people. Right? And I came upon this discussion where people were talking about how they didn't want Golovkin to move up. They didn't feel like it was necessary for him to move up from 160 pounds to 168 or even move down to 154, whatever. So, man, I have a problem with this argument, So, I mean, don't get me wrong, people. I feel like Gennady Golovkin is well within his right to stay at 160 pounds and defend his belts, beat everybody who's in front of him, clear out his division, and unify the titles, man. He's well within his right to do that. I mean, you can't be mad at a fighter that's doing that. You just can't. I mean, but let's look at the bigger picture here, people. Why do you box? Why do you train so hard? Why do you go to these fights? Is it to be great? Because if that's what Gennady Golovkin said, I would have to question that. I would have to seriously question whether that's his motive, is to be great. Because he's not doing anything that would be the mark of a great fighter. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, he's clearing out his division at 160. What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that, people. But let's just look at the bigger picture here. 160 pounds. Who's at 160 pounds? Look at who's in the division. This is a lackluster division. Okay? I think there's not too many people who can challenge me on that point. It's a lackluster division. You got Quillen, you got Indom, you got Lee. You got fighters that you can point to who are good, but there's no fighters who you can point to who are on the level of a Gennady Golovkin. There's no one who you can even point to who could give Gennady Golovkin a good fight. Some people would say Quillen, but I mean, yeah, come on. I mean, I think that would be a good fight, but I don't think that would be Golovkin putting himself to the test necessarily. So with that being said, is that what we want? Is that what we want to see as boxing fans? We want to see one person dominate everybody in his division without choosing to challenge himself by going up in weight or even going down in weight? Is that really what we want to see? Is that really what we want? 20, 30 years from now, is anybody going to say that Gennady Golovkin is a legend because he cleaned out 160 pounds? Is anybody going to say that? Is anybody going to be able to make that argument based on what he's doing now? I think right now at this moment, Golovkin's legacy is on the line. Okay? Golovkin's no spring chicken. He's 31 years old. All right? He's already past his physical peak. He has about 30 pro fights already on his record. How much longer is he going to wait? And I'm talking about this because I know that a lot of you are like, well, Golovkin, he's going to have, until he grows into the weight division, then he's going to go ahead and move up to 168 pounds. He's 31 years old. What kind of growing do you do at 31? He's no child. He's no kid. What else do we want to see from Golovkin at 160 pounds? What else do we want him to do? Okay, he can unify the belts. That's one fight. Okay, he can fight Quillin. That's one fight. That's two fights. Now what? I heard an argument where someone was addressing the fact that what about the up-and-coming people coming up to fight Golovkin? What about them? There's always going to be somebody up and coming. There's always going to be someone out of the woodworks that's trying to challenge the champion. Does that mean that you should continue to fight the same people until those up and coming people? You're always going to be fighting up and coming people. It's never going to end. There are new people right now to this very day turning pro, targeting Golovkin as the champion. So is that what you're waiting for? The up-and-coming people to challenge you for the title? People have problems with Mayweather, with Pacquiao, people have problems with these fighters, but, it was no easy feat for Pacquiao to come all the way from flyweight all the way up to welterweight. It was no easy feat for Mayweather to come all the way from featherweight, super featherweight, all the way to junior middleweight, okay? It wasn't easy for these fighters to do these things, but they challenged themselves. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, they pick their fights and shit. Well, pick a fight, Golovkin, at 168. Fight anyone in the top 10. I'll be happy with that. But to continue to stay at 160 pounds, what are you proving? You're the man at 160. We know that already. We know that, Golovkin. Now what? You're going to retire with the belt? Okay, fine. 20, 30 years from now, Golovkin was well. He was good. He retired with the belt. But you can't consider him an all-time great. And that's what this whole argument is about, man. We want to see our fighters challenge themselves. I know I want to. I don't know about you. I want to see my fighters challenge themselves. I want to see them push the envelope, constantly reach to higher heights, do great things. There's a saying that, if you reach for the stars, if you get the moon, that's okay. I don't know if I'm saying it right. You guys can correct me if you want. But the message behind that statement is you should always be reaching. You should always be looking to that next level. You should always be trying to do better. And if you don't do as well as you planned on doing, that's fine. That is just fine. But in any case, man, on that note, it's your boy D Dynamite. I'm about to sign out. You can holler at me on Twitter at Box, capital X, or capital X Die. You can hit me up on my website, box die.com. I also got a Facebook community chat for you guys at box die.com. And you can hit me up on Facebook at D Dino. But in any case, it's your boy D Dynamite signing out. Holla at your motherfucking boy.